Hello there. I am so excited to film today's video. I'm actually filming this quite a few weeks in advance. So I'm filming this at the start of October. It's going to be basically Halloween when you're watching this. And today we're going to be doing some Halloween makeup looks. I feel like in the past on my channel, I've done Halloween looks here and there. And I tend to do just like one look per video, if that makes sense. So I thought I'd mix it up a little bit this year and do a couple of looks in one video that's super quick and easy. I've got my pumpkin spice latte, okay? We're in the Halloween spirit. This video is actually in collaboration with Kiss as well. We're going to be using their false lashes today. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the lash part of the video is sponsored. Big thank you to Kiss for working with me. You guys know I've worked with them in the past and I love, love, love their lashes for the price and the quality and all of that good stuff. To make things easier as well, I'm going to be using Mitchell's palette in collaboration with Beauty Bay for every single look as well. Get a coffee, get a tea, get whatever you want, a glass of wine, something stronger, I don't mind. Sit down, let me know what you're doing for Halloween because I would love to know, and if you want to see all of the looks then just keep watching because I'm about to start. Okay, so obviously my eyes are primed. Okay, I think I'm gonna do kind of like a cut crease a little bit, or not a cut crease, but I'm gonna do kind of like a wing shape just above my crease in a red colour. I think I'm actually gonna start with the shade, if I can hold the palette, I'm going to start with the shade Mini, which is a slightly more darker like burgundy red, and then I'm going to blend it out with Mad, and I'm just going to do this just above the crease. The good thing about Halloween makeup as well is like it doesn't need to be perfect, do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't actually matter if it looks a little bit messy or if it's not completely even, because I mean, it's not supposed to be that cute anyway, so don't worry if like this doesn't end up being perfect because it's fine. I'm going to dip into the shade Mad, which is like a really bright red colour. And I'm just going to use this. In fact, this might be a little bit big. And then I'm just grabbing a Marc Jacobs brush, like a flat paddle brush, and I'm just going to smoke that line a little bit. Okay, side note, because I've never used this palette before, these shadows are beautiful, like so pretty. And then I'm just going in with a clean blending brush. And I'm just going to kind of like make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm going to use a little bit of Muse just to deepen it a tiny bit. It's actually come off a little bit more pink than I'd hoped it would, but I mean, it is what it is, boys and girls. So I'm just going to deepen it a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I think, like a smoky liner to go with. So again, I'm going to use shadow for this just because I don't want any like harsh lines for this look. So I'm going to start out with the black, which is called Mafia. And then I'm going to use the Muse shade again to kind of smoke it out, and then a little bit of Mad right at the top of the liner. So you want the black shade the closest to your lash line, and then again, you can be quite rough with this, like it doesn't need to be super neat. I'm just going to do a wing shape. I'm going to use the Muse shade on top just to smudge out the black a little bit. So you want to do like thinnish layers of each colour, and then just a little bit of the Mad shades as well, just to kind of mesh everything and again bring out the red in the look. Okay, and then for lashes, as I mentioned, we're going to be using Kiss lashes. So I have 4 styles from the Kiss Lash Couture Triple Push-Up Collection. Bit of a mouthful, but I know you're going to fall in love with these. They're so beautiful. But the thing that I really love about these styles, I'm going to show you each style individually in a second, is they are kind of like a 3D mink effect. So they're super voluminous. They make your lashes look really thick. They've got a really nice curl to them, and they are knot free in terms of the band as well. So they blend in really lovely with your natural lashes. So the lashes have a cushion flexi band technology, which basically means they have a super flexible silicone-like lash band which hugs to your lash line really tightly for a seamless contoured fit. They also have a split tip lash design, so you can see in the close-ups that each lash hair actually splits into 2 different strands and gives a really airy, voluminous look. They're also reusable up to 10 times, which is amazing because you know me, I'm a girl that likes to reuse my lashes, okay? And they are actually only £7.99, and they're available in Boots and Superdrug, so super affordable and super accessible, which I love. We're also going to be using the Kiss Lash Couture Strip Lash Adhesive as well, which is actually a latex-free glue, which is amazing for me because you guys know know I have really sensitive eyes. Not many lash glues react very well with my eyes, but this is one of the only ones that I can use. It's infused with amazing ingredients as well. It has biotin, it has blueberry extract, it's really gentle on the eyes, and it does a really good job of holding your lashes in place. So I'm going to be using this to stick them on. If you're wondering in terms of the price as well, this is £5.49 and it's available in Boots. So I'm going to put all the information down below, and I'm also going to pick out a style to wear now. Okay, so I think for this look I'm going to go with the style chiffon, which is this one right here, just because it's got the kind of like longer ends. It's more of like a cat shape, so I feel like it's going to complement the eyes, and I like the fact that there's kind of like individual pieces where the lashes are a little bit thicker. I feel like it adds a little bit more detail to the lash. So I'm going to pop these on and, you know, show you how I apply my lashes. So I'm probably going to need to trim them a little bit because they're going to be a bit long. Ooh, they're going to be pretty though. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off the end. I always cut from the end because if you cut from the start then it doesn't have the natural fade that it should. But this is what the glue looks like out of the packet. So it's got a brush applicator, which I personally really love. It just makes it really easy for applying it to the lashes. So all you want to do is just take one of your lashes and you just want to apply the glue to the lash band, if it'll focus. Yeah, you just want to get kind of like a good amount on the lash, and then you're going to wait about 30 seconds until the glue goes tacky. If you stick it on straight away, it's like, it's not going to be wrong, but it's just going to be a lot harder for it to apply because it's going to be really slippy, it's going to be too wet. Okay, I've done the mascara that side. I like to do mascara before lashes because A, it doesn't damage the lashes. I don't like to put mascara directly on false lashes because I feel like it shortens the lifespan of them, and also just helps to blend them a little bit better if you've got mascara on prior to like applying them. So I just lightly kind of like curl the lash as well, just so it kind of molds to my eye a little bit better. And then you just want to place onto the lash line as close to the lashes as you can without actually sticking to your lashes, because then it'll be a little bit more painful to remove the lashes as well. A little tip, I always get questions on how I kind of like lift my eyes with makeup. Whenever I stick down the outer corner of a false lash, I always kind of take it off and then stick it a little bit higher, because we've got the wing on as well. It's still going to blend and you're not really going to be able to tell, but it'll just stop the lash from like drooping down and it'll make your eye naturally lift. Okay, both lashes are on. Probably the easiest lash I've ever applied. I'm just gonna moisturize quickly with the Glam Glow Moisture Trip Omega Rich Moisturizer. I've been loving this recently. It's really thick and creamy on the skin, which I love. Okay, and then I've just used a little bit of the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer as well to prime the skin. I'm going to use the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in the colour Sand, one of my favourite drugstore foundations of all time. Like I said, we're going to do more of like a glam Pennywise, okay? I don't really want to be scary this Halloween. Not that I've ever really been scary on Halloween, but I feel like I want to be a cute clown, you know? And then I'm going to do a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape for concealer. I'm gonna like get through this part as quick as I can because obviously like this isn't this isn't like Halloween makeup, but I did want to show you guys like what products I use on the skin just in case you want to know. And then a little bit of Maybelline Stay Matte just under the eyes, and then I'm just going to quickly contour and add a little bit of blush and things like that. So I'm just going to be using the Cheek Cleaner palette by Benefit. So I'm going to use Hoola to contour and also Cookie to highlight a little bit. I'm only going to do a tiny bit of highlight because we are going to be adding the lines to the face, so we don't want to add too much kind of shimmer there. But I'm just going to add little bits of like contour and highlight where I feel like I need it. Pennywise has a snatch nose, boys and girls. Okay, he told me himself. Okay, and then I kind of want to add a more like ready blush. I think I'm going to use like a little bit of the Mad shade from the palette, but literally like tap off like excess on my hands. Okay, finishing off under eye, I'm going to use all the same shades that we used to do like the crease and things like that. So a little bit of Mad, a little bit of Mini, and a little bit of Muse. So I've just used a little bit of Stubborn Brown by MAC Just kind of like running that in the lashes and the waterline. Okay, and then we're on to the best part, which is like the little red nose and the lip. I've picked out 2 lip liners by MAC. So I've got burgundy, which is like a darker red, and cherry. So I'm going to use cherry to outline the lips and also do the lines going up towards the eyes. And then I'm going to darken the lips with burgundy. I'm probably not going to be able to speak when I do this because obviously it's lips and I probably can't talk through it, but I just wanted to describe what I'm doing, and then I'll put like the little clip over the top so you can watch it as well. Again, don't worry if it's not perfect, you know, it is what it is, boys and girls. Like, if it's not perfect, it's still going to be cute anyway. Okay, so I just went round with the Mad shade as well that I used in the crease. The lines have turned out a bit thicker than I would have liked them to, but I actually drew this one way too far out, as you can probably tell. Like, they're not even, but I feel like they don't need to be perfect, they don't need to be completely matched, so you know, it'll do. It's a good for a first attempt, I feel like. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Muse just in the very like center of the line, just to add a bit of definition. And then I'm gonna go around the edges of the lip with burgundy. And I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit of the Maybelline Super Stay crayon in the middle. This is in the shade Laugh Louder, which is more of a true red. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a little red nose as well, just to finish off. I almost forgot that then, very nearly. So I'm gonna use the same kind of like cherry lip liner, and then maybe put a little bit of the red eyeshadow on top as well. Just kind of gonna do like a little circle nose, you know? And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you did want to make this quicker, you could obviously just do way more simple eye makeup. You could literally just do a wing liner and some lashes and then do the lips, because that's definitely what took the longest, was the lips. So if you want to speed it up, that's what I would recommend. Okay, I just cleaned off my makeup and reprimed and redid my brows. I'm going to use the same eye makeup-ish for these last 2 looks, so we won't have to redo everything again, and I will do skin off camera as well just to speed that up. So I'm going to do the skeleton look first because I'm going to do quite a simple eye for this, and then when I do the vampire look last, I'm going to build more on the eyes and redo the skin. I think I'm going to use the shade Meh. I'm going to use that shade in the crease just as a base layer, and then the only other thing we're going to do is create a smoky wing. Obviously, like, if you're going to do a skeleton look, you could do a full-on like details with like the sockets and stuff, but I want to make this like kind of as quick and easy as I possibly can. I'm going to try and use more like neutral tones for this because I kind of want to do more of like a neutral skull look. And then I'm just going to smoke it out a little bit towards the outer part of the eye. That's all I'm going to do in the crease. I'm going to keep it really simple, and then I'm going to do a wing using the NYX Epic Ink liner, and then I'm basically going to make this wing like smoky with one of the browns in the palette. So I think I'm probably going to use Man Made, which is this shade here. It's kind of like a warm brown colour. So you just want to do a wing liner with the liquid liner. You could use shadow for this if you wanted to as well, but I'm just going to use a liquid to make sure it's super intense. Okay, and then as I said, you just want to take an angled brush. I'm just going to use the same one that I just used for the clown look, and I'm just going to use one of the darker browns and just smoke that out. I'm just adding a little bit of that darker brown into the crease as well. Okay, so that is eyes done. It literally took me like 5 minutes to do that. Really quick, really easy, and very smoky. I'm going to use like brown neutrals to do the teeth, which is why I've stuck to this type of eye. I'm going to use a different lash for this look as well, so I'm going to use the Style Tool, I think that's how you pronounce that. It's a little bit thicker in terms of the lashes itself. The lashes are a bit shorter, but they look a little bit more dense, which I feel like is perfect for a wing. So I'm going to go ahead and do lashes and skin off camera, and then we'll finish off with the teeth and the cheekbones and like the skull type of effects, you know? Okay, so I've got foundation, concealer, powder, and a little bit of bronzer around my forehead. I've not done anything to this portion of the face yet because obviously we're going to do some like sculpting here. I just finished off the eyes with those lashes, which I have to say, these are probably my favourite lashes so far. Like, I'm obsessed with these. Like, they're so beautiful on the eyes. And then I just finished off with the same shades underneath on the lower lash line that I used in the crease, and a little bit of black pencil in the waterline. I also used the shade Minty from the Mitchell palette in my inner corners just because it's got really nice like green reflect to it, which I thought looked really cool. Okay, on to the teeth and also like the cheekbones. I kind of just want to do a really simple like cheekbone shape with a little bit of shadow blended and then really simple teeth, and just keep it as easy as possible. So you basically want to like, I might actually do this in a nude pencil first just to actually sculpt it out, because once you go in with black you can never go back. This is just like a concealer pencil from MAC, so I'm just going to use this to like shape out where it's going to be. Kind of like an S shape almost, from the corner of the cheekbone downward. Right, okay, I'm going to go in with the black next. Wish me luck, because I'm suddenly quite scared, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Just going to tell myself it's going to be fine. So yeah, it's kind of like an S shape. We have like a curve here, and then it curves down towards the mouth, and then it's going to link in a little bit with the teeth. Don't worry as well if you do the line like a little bit too thick, or if you have to like change the shape of it and make it thicker, because we're going to kind of blend down a little bit anyway and add shadow, so it's fine. I wish I had a gel liner for this instead, because I feel like the gel would be more black, but like for once in my life I don't actually think I've got a gel liner in my collection, which I don't know how that's happened. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a line, so we're gonna like sculpt out the teeth first before we do any shading, because I just want to get all of the harsh lines done. So you want to do a line that goes through your lip, so kind of one on the very inside of your lip, like touching both lips, if that makes sense. And then we're gonna draw the teeth, and for that you can kind of just do lines as you'll see when I draw them. Like you can just make it really easy and really simple. It'll still have the same effect, like it'll still look really effective even if it's super simple. And then I just want to blend the edges a little bit, so I'm going to take the black from the palette and a really slim angled liner brush, and I'm just going to kind of go over with a little bit of eyeshadow just so it's a little bit more smudged out. I'm going to leave the teeth there for now and concentrate a little bit more on the cheekbone area. So I'm just going to start shading that in with kind of like neutral and warm browns, because I want it to tie in with the eye colours. So I'm just going to very lightly start shading and brushing kind of like downwards towards my jawline and just smudging out the black, and then I'm going to go in and sharpen the top of it up a little bit as well. And then all that's left to do is the nose, so you just kind of want to pencil it in like underneath and then up towards the bridge a little bit and fill it in black. Okay, we're on to the last look. I literally just removed the skull, like lower parts of the face. I've still got the same eye makeup on, and I just went over with foundation, so it was really quick and easy. For the vampire one, I'm first of all going to build up a little bit in the crease and add a little bit more purple to the outer corners of the eye. And then this whole look is going to be kind of around the eyes and like the underneath of the eyes. We're going to kind of do a lot of shading and add some shadow there, and then do some little veins as well. And I'm actually excited to do this one because it reminds me very much of one of the first ever Halloween tutorials I ever did on my channel many years ago. So I'm excited to kind of like recreate it, I guess. But I mean, it's a very typical like vampire look, so I'm just going to be doing that. So I'm first off just going to add a little bit of Minnie and Motto to the outer corners. So I want to create more of like a purple vibe for this look. I'm not going to remove the lashes or anything, because I'm just going to be like kind of winging it, I guess. So I'm just going to be applying this on the very outer corner of the eye. So I'm just starting on the outer corner and then blending that in a little bit. And then I'm just going to kind of like smoke it out towards the outer corner as well. For the eyes, especially with this, you can be quite like heavy-handed with the shadow, because we kind of want the eyes to look quite like bloodthirsty, you know, and quite like smoked out. But yeah, and you can see with this glue as well, like I'm literally playing around with my crease and the lashes are not going anywhere. Like they're stuck in place so well. So I'm just gonna kind of like pat over, make this a little bit more like smoky, and then I'm just gonna drag it out a little bit more towards the temple as well. And we kind of want to create like a purple cast under here to make it look like a little bit dead because if you're a vampire, I guess you're technically just dead. So I'm gonna use, I don't actually know what shade to use from this palette. I think I'm gonna take the meh colour first and just start blending this a little bit underneath, like a little bit further down. Like you kind of just want to look a bit rough, you know? You want to look a bit rough. You want to look like you just crawled home from a night out on a Sunday morning. I feel like out of all the looks, this one's probably the easiest because you really can just like slap this on and make it however you want. Like, there's not really a wrong way to do a vampire look, I feel like, as long as you just look a little bit dead. Okay, and then I'm going to start blending the, again, like the more purpley reds, like the burgundies and this purple here. And I'm going to kind of blend those closer to the lash line at first. And then once most of the colour's there, I'll start like dragging it down a little bit further. Okay, the camera cut out, but I've just started adding a little bit of definition to the face with Hoola. So I'm using a more structured brush for this. This is a Kiko number 10 brush. And I'm really just kind of like applying quite a lot of this because you kind of want to hollow your cheeks out a lot. You can add like a little bit of a purple tone as well if you want. Or like a little bit of like a burgundy tone. So I'm just using, again, the shadows from the Mitchell palette very lightly. Okay, and then I'm going to draw some little veins underneath the eyes. I'm also going to quickly contour my nose because even when I'm dead, I want a snatch nose, you know? What shade am I going to use? I think I'm going to use Motto, which is like the purple tone, and maybe a little bit of Muse as well. Just kind of like veiny colours. Actually very easy to do this because you don't even have to do them that heavy. Like even having them that light still, because can I speak? Like still does the same effect. This really is one of those things that's like simple but effective, you know? Like this is probably the easiest out of all of them because it takes like not really a lot of precision. Like you don't have to worry about them matching. Like if anything, they don't want to match. And then we basically just got the lip left to do. Like that's pretty much it for the eyes. So I'm just gonna add maybe like a black or like a purple lip and that will be pretty much done. Okay, so this was the final look. The camera's about to die, so I'm going to do this outro as quick as I can, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments which your favourite look is. Big thank you to Kiss for sponsoring this video. All the information about the lashes will be down below. Happy Halloween. I love you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next one.